rock and roll trucker.
This is the Rock and Roll Trucker. We're knocking out miles, we're eating good, we're rocking and rolling and having a good time. Come along for a ride. Let's see where we can go today.
Good morning, y'all. It's Friday. I'd like to say on my way home, because I got done with my delivery about an hour ago. I had a 6:30 appointment. They got me in, got me unloaded, and I'm just sitting here waiting. I'm not headed to pick up a load yet. I'm not headed home. I had a 6:30 a.m. appointment, and they set me up with another load that has a pickup appointment time at a place that's supposedly sticklers for appointments that doesn't pick up until 2:30 this afternoon. 6:30 to 2:30. And it's about a 2-hour drive there. But that's an 8-hour gap in between loads, and then it's still over 4.5 hours ride home from there. And it's probably, anywhere from an hour to 2 hours when I get loaded. So I'm looking at possibly not getting home today. I asked all day yesterday about what we were going to do about this. Never got any definitive answers. I've already sent a message this morning. I was unloaded before anybody was even in the office. I sent a message, nobody's answered my message yet. So I'm kind of sitting here camped out waiting. They were talking about, they said they'd work you in. But the earliest appointment is 2:30, so that means you're going to get there. They're not going to work me in. I know that's the trickery that gets done for. Well, go on over there, and then I'll be committed to it when I get there. And I'll get there, and the people will have no idea what I talk about when I said I was told that they would work me in. And I'm going to end up wasting all of Friday doing nothing. 30-minute delivery, Deadhead over to load, with an 8-hour gap between loads, and I'm going to end up sleeping in the truck tonight. Losing all my Friday, most likely ended up, the way the hours will work out, losing some of my, Saturday. We'll see. I'm not real pleased at the moment, just to be truthfully honest. I didn't really film anything yesterday. I just didn't feel like it, and then when I got loaded in Ohio, it was a very heavy load, and they overloaded me, and then I had to go get some pulled off, and then I was on back roads, and it was a really frustrating short trip. Back roads, curvy, hilly, and it was just slow and long. So I just took the day off from filming anything. But here I am. It's Friday morning. 8:15 a.m. Eastern time. Now I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. I really don't know. Hadn't got any satisfactory answers yet. So that's where I'm at. I'm sitting here in Maysville, Kentucky, in the staging area at International Paper. This is the first International Paper I've ever gone to where I just got in and got out with a quickness. So shout out to these guys. They were pretty good over here at this one. Not a bad place on the unload on here. I rarely speak highly of anything at paper mills, but they were good to me here at this one. But I've been sitting out here, let me see, I'm showing off duty 58 minutes. I swapped over to that a few minutes after set. So I've been sitting here for over an hour just waiting on somebody to get in the office, hoping my message will be seen, hoping to get some answers. I don't really want to have an 8-hour gap on a load. I don't want to get up there and have to wait the whole entire time till 2:30 and then spend another hour, 2 hours getting loaded. That's just one of the only jobs I know where you're just expected to go from your home and sit around for free and not be paid for it. Like that 8-hour gap in between there, I don't get paid anything for any of that. None. It's we're just expected as truck drivers to just eat that. I'm not real into eating that. My time is worth something. Evidently not worth very much from my experiences in the trucking industry, but in my mind it's worth something. And that doesn't count as detention pay. It doesn't count as layover pay. It's just dead zone time in between loads that I'm just supposed to eat on a Friday after I've been out for 2 weeks and want to go home. Just the stuff always, the worst of the stuff, it seems like no matter what company you work for, the worst of the stuff always rolls around when you want to go home. And it's so incredibly frustrating. I'm not going to bitch though. I'm not going to sit here and just spend all day bitching on this video though. That's not what y'all want to see. I'm just telling you where I'm at, what's happening, what I'm doing. I'm not telling anything that's not truthful right now. Just keeping it honest. I am sitting here on my duff in the parking lot waiting on answers, not getting paid. And, you know, we'll see. I own the truck. I didn't accept the trip yet. I just wanted to hopefully get a resolution, you know, so I don't go all the way home for free if there are other options. But, you know, I mean, I do have that option. It's my, you know, my truck, my rules if I want to go home. But we'll see what happens. I don't know. I need to get paid, so I need the load. But what is one to do? We'll see. If I had a bank full of money and had been doing better these last couple of months, I'd have already been pointed for home. I can assure you of that. I wouldn't have even been playing around toying with it. But it is what it is. I'm going to sit here for a little bit longer and hopefully get some sort of a resolution. Until then, I'm going to go, and I'll get back with y'all in a little bit when we figure something out. Y'all be good. Well, hello. We're rolling along. We're on I-75 in Kentucky now. We are going to be in Tennessee, across the state line here in about 50 miles or so. We're heading home. I got that load off this morning. I thought, you know, I mentioned all that in the first clip there. I got that off and I messaged, you know, let them know, because I never really got any resolution last night. They just left the load on me without really giving me any answers, you know, acting like they just wanted me to go up there and take a chance on sitting there and try to get worked in. I've been driving for a long time. I know how this is going to go. We're going to get there. They're going to say, we don't know what you're talking about. Your appointment's at 2:30. We can't do nothing for you. And we're going to sit there all day for free, not getting paid anything, on a load that don't pay all that much anyways, that I'm going to have to sit on until Monday, which that's fine. I want to go home, but it still does factor in. Okay. Well, I sat there for 2 more hours with no response to my message. None. Didn't get a response to my message at all. And the load was taken off of my app. So it's like, from where I messaged them this morning, they never responded, never answered me, but apparently took the load off. I sat there for 2 hours. I gave them a little while, you know, in case they were going to try and find another load or something. And I'm like, I'm sitting here for free. It's Friday. I'm supposed to go home. After 2 hours, I sent them a message and said, okay, I'm about to point towards Chattanooga. If anything between here and there that's interesting pops up, let me know. Or maybe we can get something Monday morning that delivers direct for the last day of the pay period. But I'm headed home. It's now 10 minutes after noon. It's 12:10 in the afternoon. I've never gotten a response to either one of my messages. Never got an answer to that first one this morning. I've had no acknowledgement that I was on my way home. So I don't know if they're irritated at me or what. But I don't feel like I'm in the wrong for not wanting to have something to do with a load that's going to require me to sit. By the time you figure the idle time is sitting there waiting on them to load it, and the gap between the loads and everything, I'd had anywhere from 6 to 8 hours of just sitting around doing nothing, not getting paid attention, nothing. And, you know, I'm not a company driver, and I have the option to go. And if you're not going to communicate with me, I exercise that option to go. I'm going to go home. It's on my own dime. Unfortunately, I'm not going to, you know, this is money I didn't need to spend to drive home, and quite frankly, I needed a load to make a little bit of money off of, but I'm also just not going to waste my time like that. I didn't buy this truck, you know, I didn't get into this owner-operating game to sit around, just sit around for free. You know, when I'm paying a percentage of my revenue and everything to the company to be leased on, and, you know, it's like I'm more or less paying to be here, when you really break it down and look at it, so I'm not gonna just sit there and do nothing. Not gonna do it, especially when it had been on the plan for a week and a half, week and a half, that I was gonna go home this weekend anyways, and that apparently had gotten forgot about, because before they put that load on me, I'd had one pop up. They were trying to send me there from Maysville. They were going to send me to no, it's from when I delivered in Ohio. When I got emptied in Ohio, they were going to send me there, from there all the way to Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, to deliver today. So they were already, had apparently, I guess, forgotten that I was wanting to go home. And then I reminded that I was going home, and then they set us up with this stuff, which getting to Maysville was fine. I got that done this morning. Nice early appointment, but then that 8-hour gap and everything, it's like they just keep sending me to bad freight areas, getting off in the backwoods where there's not a lot of options to deal with. And quite frankly, a lot of the freight I was told about whenever I hired on has more or less been non-existent to me so far. So, I'm really starting to get the impression that all the good stuff is definitely going on their company trucks. I don't know. I can't prove that, but I'm starting to get enough of several weeks and enough loads of, sample size of loads here to think that the odds should have tilted in my favor for myself to have landed on one of these good loops that they were talking about, or landed on a couple of these, good drop and hook back and forwards, drop and hook on both ends. I should have landed on some of that stuff at least once by now at this point, and I have not. I just keep getting ultra heavy stuff going into, it's either just super heavy or going into an undesirable area, or super heavy and going into an undesirable area. I've gotten a couple of loads out of some of the places that are where they have drop and hook freight, but so far I haven't gotten one of the drop and hooks, and I haven't landed on any of the round trip, circuits that I was told hard and heavy about when I was talking about leasing on. So far, not really going quite as planned, and the out of 3 settlements now, and working on the pay period of the 4th one right now, money not really where I need to see it, and really efficiency and utilization of time is not really where I need to see it at right now, and I just gotta keep crossing my fingers that in the next week or two it's really going to drastically improve, because I can't really afford to just it's too soon to really be able to afford to just jump and lease on somewhere else again already. And I don't want to. I want to like this place, pretty decent people for the most part that I've dealt with and all, but I feel like my strategical error might have been with signing on to a place that has contract freight and drop and hook freight, but also has some of their own company trucks. As yeah, if y'all are drivers or owner operators, you know what I mean there. I just don't know. I question how much of the good stuff that they have I'm actually going to see now. I don't know. Lots to think about, lots to figure out. Just going to have to start really exercising the art of being a squeaky wheel that needs some grease, I guess. I don't know. Long story short, we're headed home. We're headed home on my own dime, but we're headed home. I'm going to get home and get a weekend of some sort. And it'd be nice if I get acknowledged about at least something that I can run direct Monday or something here in a little while. It's I feel like they're probably bothered at me because I didn't want to have anything to do with that load that nobody should be crazy about as an owner operator. You just can't expect people to sit around on their butts for that long on something that's not really a good load to begin with. Not great. It's once you pull the company percentage and factor in how many days it'd be under that, and it's going to stinking Atlanta again for Monday and all. And I've been to the receiver before that it was going to in Atlanta, and it's a hassle of a warehouse to go to. It's a lumber warehouse. It's hard to get in and out of, and lots of, not only all the time wasted trying to get on the load, but it's just a lot of headaches that don't really make it worth. It wasn't that great of a load to me, and just especially with all that time wasted, spending my whole entire Friday basically just trying to get the load. I don't know. I don't feel wrong here for not wanting to have anything to do with that load. And I never actually accepted the load because I questioned it for half the day yesterday, and it just kept getting left on me. I never accepted it, so I never, so it's not like I just bailed out on a load that I had already accepted and then reneged on it. I never hit the accept button on that, and because I was waiting on the answers to certain things, about what we were going to do about the times and all, and then it just was yanked off of me. I don't feel responsible there, and I don't feel bad about not wanting to waste an entire day on a subpar load. That's just me. I'm gonna get off here and drive some. That's my situation for now. I am headed home. I'll be a little more broke from my troubles, but that seems to be par for the course here these days. Just seems to be the story of my life, is throwing money flying out the window rather than flying in the window. I need a bag of money to fly in my window, y'all. It's just, I need a bank robber to drive by trying to ditch his stolen wares, hiding from the cops, to drive by and fling one out the window and have it accidentally land in my truck. Something. Of course, in my luck, I'd open it up and the blue dye bomb would go off in my face. That's how my luck goes. But I'm gonna get off here and drive. We're gonna try and make some progress here. Hurry up and get this weekend show on the road. I'll get back with y'all here in a little while. It'll be good, and I'll talk to you later. Oh, we're so close, folks. We just passed through the I-24, I-75 split in Chattanooga. There's the Welcome to Georgia sign. We are crossing over into Georgia right now. We're to get down here to the around Ringgold down here, the exit with the Freightliner dealership. We're going to jump off there and we're going to go find our parking space. We are getting dangerously close to getting home, y'all. I can't wait. Miss Erin is en route to come over here and meet me. We're going to get my stuff packed up, get my laundry and stuff out of here, get my stuff out of the refrigerator. We will put the sunshade in the windshield, close up the cab curtains, set the APU to backup mode, and go home. Yeah, got a couple of stops to make on the way to the house, to the apartment, but that'll be quick and easy. And we'll be back home in no time. We are so close, y'all. I'm excited to go home. It was a rough go this week. I don't know what I'm doing next week. I've still gotten no updates or information or load offers or anything to do anything for Monday yet. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. Can't say I'm real pleased about it, but what can you do? What can you do? I apparently did not make a good impression when I decided that I didn't want to sit for hours on end today for free. Apparently that did not make a good impression at all. But we don't care right now because we got bigger fish to fry, and that fish is called my apartment, my freedom, my home. Yeah. What are y'all gonna get into this weekend? already told you I don't know what I'm going to get into. We don't know. We have no clue. We're going to fly by the seat of our pants. Go home and sit down and have me a nice drink at the house first. Chill out. Maybe we'll go walk around downtown or something. That's one advantage where we live. We can get out. We don't have to go. Once we get home, we can do a lot of stuff without driving anywhere. We can walk around. We live right downtown. We can walk about. There's a free trolley / shuttle that goes from end of town to end of town all over. We can hop that. It's just a block or two from, about 2 blocks from our apartment. We can catch that, ride that around. So we can get out and have a good time without having to even mess with the car, play with the traffic. That's always a good thing. Hopefully we find something interesting. Oh, here comes my yachts just in time. We're almost done. We don't know what we're going to do. Probably involve finding some good food here in a little while. I'm getting a little hungry. I'm ready for something quality to eat. I've got a couple of things on the menu. Erin was to try and cook up this weekend. She made a couple of things for herself while I was gone that she sent me pictures of. It looked real good, and she was excited about trying to make it again. So probably get out and get us one good meal, and then have some good stuff at home. Yeah, do some of that there home cooking, some quality. Yep. Other than that, we are free as birds. So once we get this truck parked and get where we're going, Battlefield Parkway, 1/2 mile. We're almost there. Very, very, very pleased with that. It was a long Deadhead for free today, about 5.5 hours. But incidentally, the load I was supposed to pick up was due to not be picked up until just a little over an hour ago, and now I've done made it all the way home. So I would have been sitting from 7 o'clock this morning up until about an hour ago just to even have them, or just even meet the schedule, the appointment. I can't talk. Yeah, we were empty about 7 this morning. We would have had to have waited till about an hour ago for our actual scheduled dock time. You know, if they pushed it all the way until dock time. And then you got to factor in, we would probably just now be getting loaded up if we're lucky, getting ready to go, and then we'd have had 4.5 hour ride back home from there. So I mean, it'd have been best case scenario probably 8 o'clock tonight, if not 9 or later. So you know, that would have put my hours in a compromising situation. It would have been a whole entire wasted day with no compensation for any of it, and you know, so I'm not into that. We're not going to even keep on talking about that, because we are just 2 or 3 turns away from having this truck parked. Yeah. Now we're about to see where I park my truck. Whether that's a good idea to show you that or not, I don't know, but it's pretty easy to find out where it stays anyways, but not that difficult to figure it out, being as you can look at my videos and see what company I drive for, and then you can look them up and see where they are. There ain't nothing in this truck worth messing with anyways, I'll have y'all know, so y'all stay away from it and stay out of it. Y'all are on? Well, I invite y'all to ride along, but if I'm not there, leave my truckster alone. Yeah. Let's see here. We got the yellow flashing arrow and stuff keeps on sneaking up behind those bushes up there. Coming here. All right, it's our turn. Here we go. Good old Circle K. There's a good restaurant over there called Farm to Fork. If you've never been there, if you're ever passing through, coming down around Fort Oglethorpe, Ringgold Way, check out the Farm to Fork over there. It's quite tasty, locally owned. Get you a good drink, get you a good home cooked meal trucks here right now. There's a couple. I'm actually going to drop this trailer. I almost hope somebody takes it. It's an old trailer. It's got some age on it, a little worn out. Not going to hurt my feelings if anybody snatches this one up and I get to grab another one Monday. I'll have a good newer one if we've got any. I don't know if we've got any or not. Who knows? But yeah, we're going to get this truckster parked here. Spin this thing around. Find us a comfy parking spot. Ooh, that Volvo there got torn up on the front. Front fender ripped off. What happened to them there? Oh, bumpers all bent out. That poor darling got torn up. Hate to see that. This fella turned around. Maybe there'll be a better trailer for us. Had that one before, 1703p. I don't want that to be the one I get back. That one was not much better. Yeah. Here we are, y'all. Here we are. That poor Volvo got torn all up. You see that? Well, this Peterbilt. Somebody got a piece of this Peterbilt right here too. Man, what happened to these poor Class 8 family trucksters here? What happened to them? Some other company, Network Trans. Volvo. What company is that Volvo from? That's a BWY. That's one of ours. Hate to see that. Hate to see that happen to any truck. Yeah. Let's get this thing back there. Maybe we'll have us a good trailer Monday. I don't know. Well, I may just end up staying up to this thing. There really ain't nowhere for me to park bobtail here. I think we're gonna have to stay hooked up to it here, folks. Man, I'm gonna hunt me another one up. I'll just drop this one. I'll drop this one Monday. Yeah, there ain't nowhere for me to park bobtail here, folks. I'm gonna have to stay hooked up to it for now. That's kind of a bummer. I was really kind of hoping to make this trailer disappear. Yeah. That's alright though. It don't matter. Let's get straightened up here. Look like I'm just sitting here rambling on, looking like a rookie to y'all over here. I promise I've done this before, folks. I can probably get my nose out of the way as much as possible. There we go. That's about as far as we want to go. We'll scoot her back up. Yeah, that's a little too far. There we go. You want to hear the noise we love? There it is. That's that noise we love. We're here, folks. We are here. We can get off, start getting the stuff together. Here comes Erin rolling up now. We'll get logged out, get our stuff out, and we'll see you at the house. Bye-bye.
This doesn't look like a truck, does it? This looks like I'm at home. That means I made it. Yeah, I made it. And I ended up getting a trip for Monday, too. It's a little short one. It's under 200 miles, but it's paying almost $5 a mile. Oh yeah, it's only like 140 miles, but it's paying almost $5 a mile. Mom's over here next to me saying, "That's lovely. That's lovely." As you can see, she's like, "Ooh, that boy's gonna have a little money." She sprouted devil horns.
You can't even see with the light behind.
She says, "Look. This devil lady's going to try and take all my richest people. Look at her. What's she going to do?" No, we're actually getting ready to go to town. We're going to go to the Barrel House Ballroom. There's a thing going on there called Mixtape. It's like this multimedia, like 80s tribute band. They do rock, they do pop, they do everything, and they mix in multimedia videos and everything. We're going to go see some live music. It's been a stressful week for both of us. She went on a vacation over the weekend and still came home and still got stressed out. That's how dumb working is. You go on a vacation and come back and still get stressed out. That's dumb. So we're going to go relax and see some music because it's the best. Look at this guy. Where's he at? Look at him wagging his tail. But him's over there being a piggy. Him's a pig. She said, "Don't pour him too much of that food out. I got him a new one. He's been gorging and he's gained 5 pounds. He only weighed like 4.
He's gained 100%.
It's like he's doubled his weight. Anyways, we're here. I made it back to Chattanooga. Yes. They say California is the place you ought to be. That's what they told Jed Clampett. Nay. This Jed Clampett belongs in Chattanooga. That's the place he ought to be. That's where he's at. He went to Ringgold, Georgia to get here. Left the truck there. He'll go back and get it Monday. But for now, he's where he belongs. At home with a lady with devil horns on her head. Ooh. Will I have fun? Oh, yeah. I'll have fun because I love music. Yeah. Dirty bird. Stop it. We're going to go. It's almost time. We've got to walk.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
It's so hot.
We might get video later after we get back because her hair might go poof.
It's not going to look like this anymore.
The humidity is like her hair is popcorn and the outdoor air is a microwave. It gets wild out there. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But we're going to go. We'll catch you up with you folks on Monday. Be good or be good at it. Have a good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're at, whatever time it is. Have a good one of those. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Ooh, give me one of them. All right. Y'all quit looking.